Of all the thousands and thousands of river recovered heart pine logs that we've recovered over the years, many have shown evidence of being turpentined. And what I mean by that is that, as you can see, they've been processed once before they were ever logged out in the forest. Longleaf pine is the premier pitch pine in all of the world, and it produces an organic extractive called oleoresin. Some people call it fat lighter. But oleoresin is what makes longleaf pine resistant to rot and resistant to insects. Now, in centuries past, oleoresin was prized because when you extracted it and distilled it, you could turn it into 4 different products: turpentine, pitch, tar, and rosin. And those different products would perform different things. Primarily, you would make naval stores out of this material. And naval stores went to paint the American Navy and the British Navy and the French Navy and other countless wooden ships. Had you stepped onto one of those ships 150, 200 years ago, the deck would have been coated with it, the ropes would have been coated with it, the sails even would have been painted with it, all in an effort to preserve them in a saltwater environment. So now the way that you extract oleoresin from a longleaf pine tree is you go out in the spring of the year as that oleoresin is coming up, rising up in the tree, and you use a tool just like this, a hand scraper. It's hard work out in the hot Florida sun. And you take that scraper and you scrape, 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 scrape until the tree essentially bleeds that oleoresin just like you and I bleed and then scab over. You could do that year after year and come back and extract more and more season after season. Prior to this process, those trees would be boxed down at the bottom. They'd essentially cut a box into the bottom of the tree, and in a tub they would collect the oleoresin, but in effect they would also kill the tree. So this way was very effective. And going back year after year and breaking that seal and collecting the oleoresin was the way to do it. When you do that, it forms these striations that we refer to as cat whiskers. And this whole thing is referred to as a cat face. People call it a cat face because they look like cat whiskers. This is the longest cat face that we've ever found on any of our recovered logs. And we keep this in our showroom as a showpiece, as a museum piece. It's a piece of American history right here.